Hello everyone and welcome to tutorial number 21, and in this tutorial we're going to learn how to create a radio button. And a radio button is an option. Let's say, for example, if you want to put a question to the user and you'll have, let's say, yes or no, and if you want the user to, whenever they pick yes, no will be deactivated or not active, it won't be colored, then a best option is to use a radio button. So let's actually see how it actually works. So first thing, you need to create a label for your radio button, and I'll explain why in just a second. Why do we need so? And then it is an actual input, so we'll write input, and then we'll write the type, and the type will be radio, and then we'll give it a group name, which will give it name equal to, and then I'm gonna call it group 1. And the reason we do so, because if we have a bunch of radio buttons and they're all affecting each other, then we need to group them together. Because if in your page is, let's say, 10 questions and each question has a yes or no, then that yes for question 1 should not affect the yes in question 2. Yes or no in question 1 should not affect the yes or in question 2. So if you pick yes in question 1 and then you go and pick it in question 2, you should be able to pick in both. And this might be a little bit confusing, and trust me, I'll explain it in just a second. So after we create our group, we close this and then we put the label that we would actually want to use. So I'm gonna call this, let's say, if your name is Sam, you can pick this. And then I'm going to close this label. And that's it. So if I save that and I launch it in Chrome, I have a radio button right here. So let's actually add 3 more radio buttons and see what do I mean by the group 1. What does this actually do? So I'm going to call the second name is Oliver, and then the last name will be Jamal. So if I save and refresh, now I have 3 buttons. But when I pick Oliver and then I go to Sam, now Oliver is not picked anymore, and then Sam got picked. And the reason this actually happens is the name, because I grouped them all in a same group. So for example, if I change this to 2 and I change this to 3, we can actually pick all 3 at the same time, which probably something we don't want, like that. So that's actually the reason we need to add the name, which I'll revert it back to group 1. And you can call it whatever you want, but just make sure to use the same name if you want them to be the same group. So I saved that, and I just want to show you guys, if I pick Oliver, if I don't pick on the button itself or the radio button itself, if I just click on Oliver, it's gonna click it. And if I click on the same button itself, I'll click it as well. But if I get rid of the label, which is right there, and get rid of here as well, and then try to do that with Jamal's name, and if I press on Jamal, Jamal actually doesn't do anything. It detects it as a text. It doesn't detect it as part of the radio button. So that's the main reason we actually add the label part, because it tells it this whole thing is an actual button. And when I even click on Jamal's name, it will click on that radio button. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. See you guys next time.